You've probably felt it. The more you start thinking deeply, the more disconnected you feel from everyone around you. Conversations that once made sense now feel shallow. Jokes don't land the same way. And when you try to explain something meaningful, people either change the subject or look at you like you're overcomplicating everything. At first, you think it's you. Maybe you're the problem. Maybe you're thinking too much. But then something strange happens. You begin to notice a pattern. It's not that people can't understand you, it's that they won't. And that realization changes everything, because it forces you to ask a dangerous question. What if most people aren't confused, but choosing not to see? We've been taught that ignorance is about lack of intelligence, low IQ, poor education, limited exposure. But reality tells a different story. Some of the most intelligent people still make the most irrational decisions. So what's really going on? The uncomfortable truth is this: the biggest threat to clear thinking is not stupidity, it's comfort. Thinking clearly comes at a cost. It forces you to question your beliefs, to doubt what you've always accepted, to stand alone when everyone else agrees. And most people don't want that, so they trade it. They trade truth for comfort, clarity for belonging, independence for approval. And the moment they make that trade, something inside them shuts off. Not their intelligence, but their willingness to use it. This is where things get dangerous, because once someone ties their identity to an idea, a group, or a belief, they stop evaluating it. They start defending it. Facts become threats. Questions become attacks, and anyone who disagrees becomes the enemy. You're no longer having a conversation. You're facing a wall, and no amount of logic can break a wall built on identity. That's why arguments fail, not because your reasoning is weak, but because reasoning isn't the problem. The problem is emotional attachment. When someone's identity depends on being right, they will ignore anything that proves them wrong. And here's the truth most people never realize. This isn't rare. It's normal. In groups, it becomes even stronger. People repeat ideas they've never questioned, defend beliefs they don't understand, because belonging feels safe and thinking alone feels dangerous. So when you start thinking for yourself, you step outside that safety. You see things others ignore. You question things others accept. And that creates distance. Not because you're better, but because you're no longer the same. This is why thinking deeply feels lonely, not because you've lost people, but because you've lost illusions. But here's the truth. That loneliness is the price of clarity. Because real thinking requires strength, the strength to question, the strength to doubt, the strength to stand alone. So when you feel disconnected, if conversations feel empty, if you've started questioning everything, you're not broken. You're waking up. And in a world where most people follow, thinking for yourself is the ultimate freedom.